Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. I'm here with Joel from the Ottawa-based trio Schoolhouse for our new segment of Zoomies. The band will be performing at the Ottawa Ice Dragon Boat Festival on February 12th, so be sure to check that out if you're in the area. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you very much for having me.
Our pleasure. So first off, care to give us a brief introduction to Schoolhouse?
For sure, yeah. Schoolhouse is obviously an Ottawa-based trio. We like to call our music like indie folk pop rock because we kind of take influence from a lot of different genres, obviously. But yeah, we're three friends and we live together currently. And yeah, we like to make music. We made music for years before we were a band too, kind of like jamming. Um, we met in university, so we would jam around parties there at campfires and stuff. And then we decided to put our minds together and put some of the music we've written out. And yeah, so we moved in together, and the band kind of came into fruition. And yeah, that's where our name came from too. Schoolhouse. We moved into an old schoolhouse, and yeah, it's great.
That's awesome. Tell us about your recent release.
Yeah, so our most recent release was a single called Moth Song. It's a sadder song. It's actually about a friend of mine and of the other guys as well. But yeah, he had passed away in the summer of last year. And yeah, it has a cool story behind it. It's kind of long. I won't get into too many details, but um we were basically in our basement writing a song, or had an idea for a song, but we didn't know what to write about. And then this moth kind of flew up to us from the deeper depths of the basement and the darker depths. It was weird, and then it flew away. And then it was a couple weeks after he had passed, so it kind of inspired us to write about him. And anyways, yeah. So songs out now and streaming everywhere.
What can you tell us about your live performance?
Our live performance, yeah, they're pretty energetic. I would say. Well, we like to take people on kind of a ride because we do have some slower songs, and then we do like to have fun and rock it up and stuff. So yeah, I would say they're always a great time for us, and we have a drummer when we play. We're a threesome kind of, as we make the music as a threesome, but live we have live drums, and we tend to get the people moving as best we can as the show goes on. But we definitely take people, through a ride. I'd like to say, and there's exciting times in the show and there's quieter times, but it's all part of the experience, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. What other band or artist are you looking forward to checking out during the festival, or did you already check out?
Haven't checked anybody out yet, but we're looking forward to Craig Cardiff. I think he's on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And then honestly, I'm a huge fan of the Lionels. I've always been a
Hmm.
big fan of the Lionels. I saw them live probably like 8 or 10 years ago, and ever since then I was like a huge fan. So to be opening for them is pretty sweet, and yeah, those guys rock. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Um, and then, do you have any other upcoming shows or festivals that you'd like to tell us about?
Um, right now we're kind of planning our summer out. We actually have an album coming out soon. Well, we don't know exactly when the date's going to be, but it should be before the summer. And then
Okay.
we're going to try to do some like maybe a short little tour in the early summer to kind of support the release. But yes, it'll be a 9 song album. So yeah, look out for that. And yeah, we're super excited. We got a lot of new music coming this year, and especially in the next few months, we've been working hard. So yeah, lots to come.
Okay. So the next 5 questions are just for fun. What was
Okay.
the first concert you ever attended?
First concert I've ever attended was Great Big Sea at the Civic Center, where the 67s play in Ottawa. Great show. I actually think I had tickets to AC/DC as my first show, which I was like a huge fan of AC/DC, still am, but a huge fan at the time as a kid. And I was like, oh, I was so bummed out that Great Big Sea was going to be my first concert and not AC/DC. But now looking back, I'm kind of glad it was Great Big Sea because now I've seen like Alan Doyle too multiple times, and it's just like such a fun
Yeah.
time. So it was a great show too. I had no idea how much fun I had, but I was also like 10, so it was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song. Um, if they have it, I could rip off a pretty good version of Mo Money, Mo Problems, by like Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's a good one if I'm in the right mind state to be able to rap. If I'm singing, maybe some Elton John. Like
Okay.
I could do a decent Elton John. Uh, in fact, I think I just know the words to those songs. If I had to read off the screen, I don't know. I don't know. Probably, I'll just read through the book usually till I find something I like.
Yeah. Yeah. What band or artist was the first to catch your attention growing up?
Growing up, I was a big AC/DC fan, as I was saying earlier, but I listened to a lot of Beatles too. Um, yeah, so catching my eye, big Angus fan. It's kind of different than the music we make. Like we make like folk music, but
Mhm.
kind of raised on rock and stuff like that. So uh, those influences definitely like come into our music now, as we kind of get going and in the show and whatnot. So um, other than that, yeah, like a lot of like solo artists too, like a lot of John Mayer influence too for
Mhm.
me as the guitar player. And like even John Frusciante, Chili Peppers,
Mhm.
Strat players, I play a Strat. So yeah, take a lot of influence from those type of guys.
Cool. If you could create a festival lineup with four other Canadian bands or artists, who would you want to play along with you?
Oof, four other Canadian artists. Um, alive or dead, or do they have to be like still
Some
rocking
people
now?
are doing dream shows, some people are doing realistic. Do whatever
Okay,
you
okay,
want.
okay. Canadian bands. I'd love to see like the hip on there if if we're saying alive or dead. The hip is just classic Canadian. I'd put Schoolhouse on the bill
Yeah.
if we could play. I'd love to see some classic April Wine, maybe some like Neil Young. Um, who else? Good Canadian. Throw some Nickelback on there. Why not? Some good Canadian lads. And oh, there's so many, but
I
yeah, I'm
know.
sure we could have a good.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure
you
put
covered
Great
it.
Big C on there. Great Big
Yeah.
C, put them on there too. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Since Beaver Tails is a sponsor for Ottawa's Ice Dragon Boat Festival, what's your go-to Beaver Tail?
I'm a big classic guy. I do like the classic one. I have had the other ones. I have had. Oh, I can't even keep the kind straight because I just like I'm so reliant on the classic. But I think I've had one with like Nutella on it once, and it was
Uh-huh.
actually like obviously they're all good. They're all delicious.
Well, yeah.
But I don't eat it that often. I'll get like one a year, and every time I'm just like just stick to my guns and go with the classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, love me a beaver tail.
Okay, and now you have a chance to promote anything you have coming up, and you can take your time. Go for it.
Perfect. Well, yeah, we're super excited to play this Sunday. Going to be a great time with us and the Lionels. Super excited to play with them as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, as in terms of releases, we're currently working with a producer. He's actually part of Colorado, another classic Canadian, actually Ottawa indie band, like legends,
Yeah.
I would say. The guitarist Nixon Boyd is actually helping us produce our next song. Could be more. We're gonna
Okay.
see. I think we're gonna be good. Work well together. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. And then yeah, we're working on an album release. It'll be a culmination of all the songs we've put out already and some new ones. And that's yeah, we're hoping to release that. We're thinking around May,
Okay.
and then I'm sure we're gonna be playing this summer. We're going to try and do some Ontario, maybe like Montreal dates, just like
Mhm.
around the area. get the word out, and yeah, I mean, we live together, so the amount of music we write, we can't keep up with it. It's flown out of
Hmm.
us so quickly. So we could. There's going to be lots more music to come. We already have like plans for a next album and stuff, but yeah, we're looking to get some singles out there probably in the next month or two, and then from there on the album, and yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for the Ice Dragon Boat Festival Zoomies.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.